English Conversation podcast from Speak English with Class. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the English Conversation podcast, your cozy little place to learn easy English through real everyday conversations. I'm Jim.
And I'm Wendy.
Wendy, you look like someone who opened one email and lost half his energy.
That is strangely accurate.
What happened?
Nothing huge, just a normal workday kind of feeling. You know, when the day starts simple and then slowly becomes many things.
Oh, I know that feeling.
One message becomes 3 tasks. One small question becomes a meeting. One meeting becomes another meeting. And suddenly your coffee is cold.
That is the true workplace tragedy. Today, I think we should talk about that almost cold coffee. We're talking about how to describe your day at work in English.
That is useful because when someone asks, "How was work?" many learners only say it was good or it was busy.
Yes, but real workdays have more details. Some days are productive, some days are stressful, some days you are focused, and some days you are distracted by every sound, every message, every small thing.
Some days you finish everything, and some days you just survive politely.
That is very real. So today we'll talk about meetings, tasks, deadlines, colleagues, distractions, and the feeling of wrapping up your workday.
And don't worry, this is not a business lecture. This is normal daily English for talking about work. If you are learning English with us today, just listen like you're sitting with 2 friends after a long day.
This episode is great for B1 and B2 learners. And if you are A2, you can still follow the main idea as a challenge. Don't worry about every single word. Notice the useful phrases, repeat the lines you like, and enjoy the conversation.
After the episode, you can visit the English Leap Club through the link in the description. Inside the club, you'll find the transcript, quizzes, games, and more practice activities to help you review this episode.
And later we'll do Say It Better, where we take simple workplace sentences and make them sound more natural. For example, instead of saying, "I had many works today," you can say, "I had a heavy workload today."
Nice. And instead of saying, "I finished my work and went home," you can say, "I wrapped up my work for the day." So stay with us. Today you'll learn how to talk about your workday in better English.
So, Wendy, let's start with a simple question. How was your workday yesterday?
I would say it was busy, but not in a dramatic way. It wasn't one big problem. It was many small things. A few emails, one report, 2 calls, one task I forgot about, and a meeting that started with, "This will only take 5 minutes."
Dangerous sentence. It never takes 5 minutes.
By lunchtime, my workload felt much heavier than I expected. Workload means the amount of work you have, and yesterday mine kept growing.
That happens so easily. In the morning, your task list looks calm. Then by afternoon, it suddenly has a whole personality.
Sadly, not a friendly one. I think the hard part isn't always the amount of work. Sometimes it's switching between emails, calls, messages, and documents.
Every time you switch, your brain has to restart like an old computer. That's when I start feeling distracted, meaning you cannot focus because something is taking your attention away.
Yes, and at work, there are so many distractions. Messages popping up, someone asking a quick question, which is never quick, phone notifications, or your own thoughts.
True. Sometimes nobody interrupts me. I interrupt myself. I open a document, then suddenly remember I need to reply to an email. Then I see another email, forget the document, and 20 minutes later, I'm staring at the screen thinking, why did I come here?
That is painfully real. It's like walking into different rooms in your brain and forgetting why you entered.
I had a workday like that last week. I was trying to finish one task, but people kept asking me small things. I started saying, "I can help you after I finish this." It was simple, but it helped set a boundary while still sounding polite.
Yes, not rude, just clear. And that matters because if you say yes to every small thing immediately, your own work never gets finished and the deadline starts moving closer.
Deadlines. The word that makes everyone sit up a little straighter. A deadline is the time or date when something must be finished.
I've definitely ignored a deadline until it became scary, or as I prefer to say, I waited creatively.
That is not better. But I think many people at work are not lazy. They are just tired from making decisions all day. Every email asks for a decision, and every message feels urgent.
That is why prioritizing is hard. You have to decide what matters now and what can wait. You know who helps with this? A good colleague, someone you work with. Yesterday, my colleague Maya saved me when I couldn't find a file.
I agree. A helpful colleague makes work feel less heavy. I once had a colleague who would say, "Do you need help or do you just need 5 quiet minutes?" That is a beautiful, thoughtful question.
Work is not only tasks, it's also people. A kind colleague can make a hard day easier, while a difficult colleague can make an easy day feel very long.
Speaking of meetings, how do you feel about them?
I think meetings are like spices. A little can be useful, but too much ruins everything. Some meetings are helpful, but some just create more meetings. I like using phrases like, I had back-to-back meetings today, or my meetings took up most of my morning.
What makes a workday feel productive for you? Productive means you got useful work done. You actually finished important things.
A productive day for me is when I finish one important task. Sometimes, one real task is better than 10 tiny movements.
I agree. For me, a productive day is when I know what mattered most and I actually made progress on it. Some days I confuse activity with progress.
And some days I feel productive in the morning and completely slow after lunch. Your body says we are done, but your calendar says no, we have 2 more calls.
That is unfair, but I like writing down one clear task after lunch. If I write 5, I feel tired, but if I write 1, I can begin. Workdays need small wins, a sent email, a finished report, a meeting canceled. That may be the biggest win.
Pure happiness. But even after a busy day, it is hard to stop thinking about work. You close the laptop, but your brain keeps working.
That's why wrapping up your day is important. Wrap up means to finish what you can, check what is left, and stop for the day. Making a small note for tomorrow helps your brain relax.
My current system is remember everything and suffer. I should change that.
Not every workday needs to be amazing. Some days are messy, some are productive, and some feel long. When someone asks, "How was work?" you can say, "It was busy, but I managed," or "I had a heavy workload, but my colleague helped me."
Exactly. Don't only say busy. Add one detail. Say what made it busy, who helped you, what distracted you, or what you finished. That is how a simple work update becomes a real conversation.
Now let's practice our words. Workload, deadline, colleague, productive, distracted, and wrap up. Try to use one of these when you talk about your day.
And let's say a few sentences better. Instead of I had many works, say I had a heavy workload. Instead of my office friend, say my colleague.
Instead of "I was not focusing," say "I felt distracted." Instead of "I did many useful things," say "I had a productive day."
Instead of I finished my office, say I wrapped up my work for the day.
And instead of "the last date is tomorrow," say "the deadline is tomorrow."
When someone asks, how was work? You can answer with more than just busy. Try it out.
Thank you for learning with us today. Keep practicing, take care, and don't let your coffee get cold. Bye for now.